I'm not sure how many smartphones are getting launched, but obviously I can say on an average at least one smartphone is getting launched every day. So there is a bulk of smartphones everywhere. Now which smartphones is value for money, that depends on so many criterias. And so according to me, the orders is I prefer performance is the number one factor. Then after that I will go with the camera, then the software, then later on the display, then design. These things are just keeps on growing. For me, always performance is the best choice. Now whether it is a Pixel device, iPhones, Galaxy, performance is very important for me. That is why I always try to use Pixel, because it is a kind of smooth. Not everybody is going to buy the Pixel. When it comes to budget device also, there are also some great champion all around. I have shown you the Mi 11 is one of my cutest favorite budget device. It just performs so well. I still love this device, but somehow with the latest update this device is not working at all. So guys, this is a performance speed test again for this two new entries, Moto G6 Play and the Moto G6. These two have the different new processor. This one has Snapdragon 450, 4GB of RAM. G6 Play has slightly older 430. It just comes in 3GB RAM variant, but they are very close to stock Android phones. Pretty much they gives you a lot of great stuff. Mi 11 Note 5, they have the Snapdragon 625, 4GB of RAM. These two guys are still on the Android Nougat 7.1.2. Not sure when they are going to get Oreo. This is Note 5 Pro. I have the 6GB RAM variant, so obviously it has an advantage, but I'm just taking price consideration matching with the Moto G6. Anyways, if you're interested to know how fast, how slow the 4 and 6, do check my old video. So let's do this speed test and see which device is working faster. Here is a quick software information for all the phones. So all the phones are running their latest available as of now. Android P is going to come, but some devices are still on the Nougat, and it's very shame like the Android 1 device like the Mi 1 is still on the 8.0, not on the 8.1.0. So these are your software information and device informations too. Anyway guys, let's get started with application launch test. So this test is actually very accurately made. You can just see which device is launching application games, how faster, how slower. So if you really are wanted to have a speedy performance, so do check that thing. So definitely higher 6 series phones seems to be much faster, like the Note 5 Pro. So here RAM doesn't matter much. Here actually the clock rate of the processor actually matters. The higher you have, the better you have, both the single and the multi-core, because not sure when the processor is going to use single or multi-core. So preferably look for both the highest of the single and the multi-core. So far seems to be Note 5 Pro with the Snapdragon 636 is on the fastest side. Moto G6 Play with older 430 seems to be slowest. 450 is good, not the best, but yeah, it's a good side. I hope Motorola should have to go with at least Snapdragon 625 or 636. Anyways, Pokemon Go, here we go, seems to be slowest again on the Moto G6 Play. Anyways, is not the fastest, costliest device. It's just 12K device, same price as a Note 5. So but you are getting the better choice here, the faster processor, more amount of the RAM. Pokemon Go loaded up on the Note 5 Pro. Last we have on the G6 Play. Here we go, Dead Trigger 2. I guess this is going to use the multi-core score, the highest core. So lastly we have on the G6 Play. Last game, X-Fold 8, again seems to be faster on the Note 5 Pro on the splash screen, followed by G6. Very good. And the winner here is surprisingly the Mi 11 on the first side, followed by G6. So that's strange. Anyways, that's your quick application launching test. Here's a casual memory management user test. So we have launched the 5 games. So let's just verify are these phones are going to keep these 5 games in memory or not. So you can just take your idea, just try to do any permutation combination, couple of games, maybe 7 to 8 smaller applications. Like you're playing game, you just minimize that, you again want to come back and resume that. So the main thing we are going to check here on the G6 Play actually, because it just has the lowest amount of RAM. I believe stock Android is going to help, at least it's going to keep 3 to 4 games in the memory. First game, Temple Run 2 is in the memory, that's a good sign. Subway Surfer, that's good, all the phones have that in the memory. Pokemon Go is the next game. It's kind of very rare, like at least 4GB RAM phone I have seen which keeps the Pokemon Go in the memory. So Subway Surfer is so far good for all the games. 3 games, third game is the Pokemon Go, so that's awesome. It just kept Note G6 Play surprisingly doing best because of the stock Android only, I guess so, because otherwise I have seen the phone with the 3GB RAM, they're just working so crap, like the Samsung J7, Honor 9 Lite, Dead Trigger 2 is a heavy game. That's amazing. So far all the phones are doing good. So if you're a kind of casual user, you can just figure out using this test, like all device should be okay for you. Speed is different thing, having all the games application memory is a different thing. Last game Xfold 8, that's awesome. All the phones are keeping everything in the memory. So this is your casual users test. Kind of your user decide which device is good for you for the performance. Next we have some real world performance tests using the Power Director Pro. So I have filmed the same video with each phones. It is just part of coming camera comparison. I'm just trying to convert that to the 1080p 60 fps using Power Director Pro, not using the 4K because some phones are not supporting 4K resolution. So here we have the results. So Note 5 Pro seems to be on the similar side, 1 minute 6 to 7 seconds around. Next we have on the Moto G6, surprisingly very fast. I guess now we have the G6 Play. At the last we have our tortoise, the Mi A1. That's your quick Power Director conversion results. Let's do some pro users test. So this is again real world test. So let me tell you two important facts why this is important. If you start using your device very heavily, so is your device working good or not, this test will tell you. Also after 6 months or maybe a year after that, same applications may have got a lot of improvements. It's now need more amount of RAM that is used to be in year before. So how is your device going to perform after many months from now? This test will basically give you an idea. Do check my old OnePlus 6 speed test, you will understand what I'm talking about. So as you can see here is that we have already seen the memory unit test, so you should not be bothering about those things here again. But so far Note 5 Pro is going to be the faster side. Mi A1 again is very quick, still on the second game, about to the complete. Now G6 Play is definitely on the lower side because of the lower processor, lower clock rate speed. Mi A1 got on the Pokemon Go, not as fast as the Redmi Note 5 Pro. I believe Mi A2 is going to be with the Snapdragon 636, so it should be better than G6 Play again. I can just recommend you guys this device based on the performance. Let me first check the camera, other things too. So there you go, Pokemon Go completed on the Note 5 Pro. Then we have on the Dead Trigger 2 also launched. We have Xfold 8. Note 5 is going good, not as fast as other device like the 5 Pro. So Mi A1 also got on the last game Xfold 8. At least it is so far now faster than the device which came later, like for the Note 5 G6 display. So definitely for the performance I will still recommend you Mi A1. It's not bad, it's just good. Just the display is the older kind of 16:9. So Note 5 Pro round 1 is completed, round 2 is started. So it just kept everything in the memory because it has a 6 GB of RAM. So that will definitely help you. Just wait for a couple of minutes, I will show you a difference between the 4 versus 6 GB of RAM between the Note 5 Pro. So Mi A1 also started. Now I'll tell you guys, I have done dozens of speed tests with the Mi A1. With just a couple of months from now, I guess 1 or 2 months, the Mi A1 is not working as good as used to be. I'm hoping like Android 8.1.0 should be doing better job, should upgrade the performance. So as you can see, the Temple Run 2 was not in the memory. Moto G6 on the same page, just kind of refreshing things. So far it's not, the Temple Run 2 also not in the memory. G6 Play also on the resuming side. Note 5 is also resuming side. So none of the phones so far kept the games in the memory except here Mi A1 kept the Subway Surfer, Pokemon Go, 2 games till now. Dead Trigger 2 no. So I've seen the mixed result as of present day. Out of the 5, 3 to 4, sometime 3, sometime 4 games are in the memory, the Mi A1. Other than that, Note 5, G6 Play, G6, they are not keeping all the games in the memory, just 1 or 2. Other than that, websites are in the memory, camera is in the same place. So here we go, 3 minutes 5 seconds followed, and the first we had the Note 5 Pro, 2 minutes 17 seconds. That is super quick. So the exact test here is between the Note 5 versus the G6 Play, because Mi A1 is going very good. G6 versus Note 5 Pro, you can just point out the difference. But this is between 6 GB of RAM. Just wait, I will show you difference between the 4 GB also. Pokemon Go is in the memory in the G6 Play. I tried this test 3 times before combining all this clip. I just included the best results that I have. So maybe in your case you may get either the better or the worst case. I'm just showing what I have found the best on my side as of today. So the one game in the memory till now, the G6 Play. Note 5 Pro just kept only one game in the memory. So far no, I guess this Exfoliate only the only game kept in the memory. G6 hasn't kept any game in the memory, so it's very poor for the pro user as of today. I mean, I can show you that thing. Mi A1 is so far great. So G6 Play is about to complete the round 2. Note 5 also about to complete the round 2. Here we got 4 minutes 17 second. The last time I did, I guess I got the 4 minute 44 second. So Moto G6 is on the last side. That's very sad. 4 minute 24 second. Anyway, you may get some better result than that. I'm just showing you what I got. So this is a throwback test. I was talking about the Mi A1. This is the part of the clip that I shown you when I compared the Note 5 Pro 6GB RAM versus 4GB RAM. So you can just point to the difference here. How much time it is going to take, 4 versus 6. Mi A1, surprisingly, everything is in the memory. Like you can see, all the games, everything is stuffed in the memory. So maybe in the upcoming future software update, it should start working as great as in the used to be. If you want to go with the Note 5 Pro, I will always recommend to go with the 6GB RAM variant. Just with 2000 rupees extra, you're going to get a lot of good details there. I mean, more RAM is always better. Note 5 Pro so far kept only one game in the memory with the 4GB, and Note 5 also with the 4GB hasn't kept anything in the memory. So that's how you can just figure out how much time each phones are going to take, how much faster it is Note 5 Pro with the 6GB compared to the 4GB. Note 5 took 4 minutes 17 seconds with the latest update. 2 months before, it was taking just about to complete 4 minutes 43 seconds. So that's just a clip throwback. Just check the old video for more details. Let's do some last test. This is your benchmarking comparison. So definitely phones which are having the latest processor on the series, like this on the 6 series we have the 636, so it should be on the faster side, followed by it also depends on cores too. So Mi A1, Note 5, they are almost on the same page. G6 slightly lower, Note 5 Pro on the higher side, G6 Play is on the lower side because it's got the least processor here. That's your AnTuTu score. Let's talk about the Geek benchmark and see about the individual core scores, how which device is performing faster. About to the complete. So that's why you can see single core score of Note 5 Pro is so great. That's why applications are launching so quicker here. So do check these things before you buy any smartphone. So that's your complete benchmarking test. Alright guys, we have seen the speed test. Now I'm not going to recommend any of the device as of now just because of the performance. It is my personal preference. Wait for the full review. The next is the camera. I'm just working on them. There are so many photos and pictures. I posted on Twitter too. It's just so tough to go outside on 46 degrees to film and show you guys the stuff. Even my two phones stopped working. I need to just cool them down inside the air conditioner in my car. Anyways, so we are going to see the camera after that. Then with the complete review, we are going to see should you buy G6 Play or whatever devices in comparison to that. Thank you so much for watching. This is Saurabh and I'll catch you guys very soon in the next video. Till then, have a great day.